Greetings, everyone. I'm Bryon Smith, and welcome to Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved. Hope everybody's doing well. Wait, I believe everybody's doing well. I have faith everybody's doing well, and everything is unfolding perfectly. I'm excited yet again because I have another amazing guest from around the world, and you all know that I love engaging in dialogues, in amazing, positive, just energetic dialogues, and just learning from people from all around the world. Today is no exception. I have Julia Mikk, and before she tells you anything, I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. So listen up. Julia Mikk was born in Estonia and now lives in the US. She's an internationally renowned healer, teacher, and founder of Breath of Love Institute. During the last 20 years, she has worked with thousands of people worldwide, received deep emotional, physical healing through her Breath of Love modality. It is powerful and incredibly efficient in its ability to clear out old stagnant patterns and past karmic knots that show up as worry, fear, or chronic health issues. Even though the work comes with a powerful force of light, it also offers an astounding depth of divine feminine gentleness and nourishment. Wow, amazing. How are you doing today, Julia?
I'm good. So good being here with you. Thank you.
Yes, it's amazing to have you here today. I just want to, before we even start, just let you know that I believe that time is one of our most precious assets. And for you to choose to spend some of your precious time here with me, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Yes, so let's just get right into it. I mean, wow, you're internationally renowned healer, teacher, founder of Breath of Love. Let's talk about that first. This Breath of Love Institute. How did this come about, and how did you come about even just going about this type of service to humanity, the being a healer, a teacher, and founder of the Breath of Love Institute? How did this all come about?
I'll do my best to shorten my journey.
Yes.
I had a very pivotal moment in my life when I was a teenager. I was suffering a lot. I had tremendous amount of self-doubt, anxiety. I was anorexic. I mean, many teenagers have a version of it, right? And I was in a dark place, and I started looking for something to help me. I didn't even know what. I first read the book, like How to Make Friends. And I just started looking into psychology, but I knew there was something more. Like I knew there was something more available for me. I didn't know how I knew, but I knew there must be better, more peaceful world possible for me. And I started looking into different workshops, healing modalities, how to do yoga, how to meditate, chakras, anything I could find and learn, I did that. And then one of the workshops that I also got curious about was on breathing. It was called spiritual breathing. So I was like, whatever, this is the next thing. I'm doing this thing because I was just so searching for my peace, for my relaxation, for me loving life again. And in that one workshop, I had a 2-hour session where my whole life was changed. And it was so radical and so immediate that it just blew my mind away. Everything I had learned or studied came into full direct experience. Like all the peace I had read about, I was emanating this peace. All the beautiful self-love that I had heard about, I was fully experiencing that self-love. And it was this coming back home into the oneness that's just beyond understanding, beyond words. And what blew me away is that all of this happened in 2 hours. I was like, oh my God, I had been searching for years and this happened in 2 hours.
Right. As it does sometimes. I mean, you never know how fast that can happen. And before you keep going, let me just elaborate a bit, interject just a bit. It's amazing that I picked up a couple of things. You studied this breath work, and prior to this segment, I had informed you that I spoke with the lady that worked with breathing, and that's amazing. So yes, that connects us in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
also, it never ceases to amaze me, and I always have to stop and say this, that before this happens, you know, where you start to make this shift, it always comes from deep down, where you feel like you've fallen so low, and then all of a sudden you start gaining this, I don't know what it really is, but your intuition or something is telling you to reach and search and research here and there, and then you start finding it. That's exactly what happened with me. So that's amazing. And another amazing thing is, I just shared, pardon me for looking down, but I just shared a quote on my wall that talks about that. And it said, a spiritual awakening is not usually pleasant. Often it feels like confusion, frustration, anger, sadness, grief, or being out of place. A spiritual awakening can be uncomfortable and challenging because it's an intense time of personal growth. But despite how difficult it may feel, you're not going crazy, you're evolving. So that just kind of reminded me of what you're talking about. Amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. And definitely, in all the suffering was the inspiration to find a way through. And once I found that modality, I just wanted to do it again and again, because I knew it wasn't just a one-time deal. I wanted to steep myself in it. I wanted to immerse myself in it.
Right.
It was really like a home coming into a home with capital H. It's just beyond words, the peace and ease and love and clarity that arose from it. So that's how it started. I fell in love with the power of the breath. And then I had different spiritual teachers. I studied with Gangaji for many years, and just many masters who could see beyond the mind, who could see beyond the body, who knew the consciousness that was available for all of us to access and rest in.
Right.
So I was just immersed into this remembering of my true nature. That's what I call it, remembering of who I really am.
Yes. Right.
Because it's not that I need to add some joy on top of me, or I need to add some wonderful sweetness, or I need to add a sense of power. All of it is already inside of me. It's my true nature. So the question is how to access it. So that first modality through breath showed me the way. And I had so many more spiritual awakenings after that, that a whole modality of its own started arising through me. And I called it breath of love. Wow. And it was really like returning to my true nature and how to do it directly and experientially. So it's not just a thought. It's not just a theory. It's not just another book. It's my own direct experience of my soul, my spirit, the infinite that I am.
And just saying that, when I just recite that breath of love, it feels a certain way. And I think you know what I mean. It just, because, okay, love and breathing, that's our two vital things that we must have, you know,
right?
Two of the things that we have, you know, besides like, you know, water, of course, but breathing, that's life. Love, that's life. And when you pair those two together, amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I agree. And I have had such a long journey since, but that's really where it started. And through my whole life, I have continuously wanted to grow in myself. So every time I went deeper into my own self-healing, I learned a new tool or a new skill that I then brought to my clients. Like one of the pivotal moments in my life was when I was in my 20s. By then, I already was traveling the world. I was teaching, many people's lives were changing. I mean, the breath of love modality has an accelerated way of breaking through stagnant patterns. A lot of my clients already then said that they came from 5 or 10 years of psychotherapy, and they never had the breakthrough that they had in a breath of love session already first time. So it was changing people's lives. However, my life was getting worse and worse. I got very sick. I was burned out. Because that was another moment in my life where I had to face something inside of me that I hadn't dealt with yet.
Okay.
And the pattern was that I was giving more than I was letting myself receive.
Wow, yes.
So everyone was benefiting.
Yes.
And I was getting sick to the point of becoming bulimic. Yes. And just
you're overworking yourself.
overworking. It's like
overextending
under this
yourself as well.
disguise of giving, but no, but I'm a giver, I'm a healer, I'm here to help others. But meanwhile, I'm suffering so badly.
Yes.
And now the clients I work with, a lot of them come with the same thing. I want to help people, but I don't want to be burnt out. How do I find balance?
Right.
So
Yes.
anyway, for me, in that moment, many years ago, I just kept giving. Even bulimia didn't stop me. My depression didn't stop me. But one day after another workshop that I gave, I had a vision. I had this like strong, powerful vision and inner knowing that if I did not stop what I was doing, I would get a cancer.
Right. Yes.
And that's the only thing that stopped me, because I was like, whatever it takes, I don't want to have a cancer. Whatever it takes, I have to stop. I'll stop. Whatever I have to do. And that's the moment where I dedicated myself to really healing this deeper pattern inside of me that wasn't letting me thrive.
Right.
And that took actually 2 years to heal from bulimia, to heal from the pattern of overworking. I had to find a new way of serving.
Right.
And
that is amazing, because if you don't mind, just for me to just highlight a few things. Wow. What I've learned now, and I'm sure you know now, is that yes, we're all here to serve. And you were just so passionate about, and still are passionate about service and helping people. But we have to get to a point where we know that how can we give if there's nothing in us? We have to fill our own cup up first, and then we can give from that. But oftentimes I can really relate to you. Even now, I have to remind myself to scale back a bit, because I'll just keep going and going. Like I'm writing music, and then I got shows. And the reason why it's so easy to keep going, even though your body may be telling you to stop, is that your mind is very powerful. So we get so passionate about what we're doing, it doesn't even seem like work. So we're sacrificing sleep, eating, everything, just so that we can keep going and if there's not enough hours in the day, I got to keep doing this. Okay, I'm going to accommodate this and that and that. And yes, I'm here to serve. And then something usually pivotal happens, where it's a tap on the shoulder and usually warns us first before something that deep happens, to tell us to scale back a little bit. And that's exactly what you did. You actually listened, because a lot of people, there's a lot of instances where people don't listen to that tap on the shoulder, and that's when they go ahead and develop that cancer or that stroke or that heart attack, because they've sacrificing sleep, eating wrong, not exercising at all, not getting enough rest, enough water, enough nutritious food, because they're focused on these projects at work or some other thing, or I got to do this and I got to do this with the family and this. And it's like, wait a minute, we got to slow down a bit and take care of ourselves. And that's what you just reminded us to do, just from you talking. Amazing.
I mean,
Go
when
ahead,
it was
Julia.
happening, it was horrendously hard. It was really dark night, and I was stuck. Even recovering from bulimia, which was a real addiction, was the hardest thing I think I have ever done. I have so much respect for any people dealing with any addiction, because it was really hard.
It is.
And in retrospect, I see that journey taught me so much about real depth and power of healing, and how to heal even the deepest patterns in a way that lasts.
Right.
So now the word I use a lot, and all my students and clients know me for the word of ease. But it's because it comes from my own journey. I know how it is to push really hard to the point of burnout. And now I'm all about, how can we live our purpose? How can we live our highest purpose? How can we serve the world, but do it in a way that's easeful and nourishes us, where we can thrive, where we can be abundant, where we can make lots of money, where we can have rest for ourselves. I'm very passionate about this balance.
I call that, one of the things I say to people often is, may abundance and prosperity circulate in all areas of your life. That means health, money, happiness, peace, everything. You know, your goals, your gifts. May it circulate through everything in your life, and that's exactly what you just affirmed. That balance, that harmony. Yes.
And it can be easier said than done, because
Yes.
people read in a book, they're like, oh yeah, find life balance or life work balance, or take care of yourself, do this. And most
Right.
people have no clue how to actually do it, or they sabotage the process. It's easier said than done. So this is where it comes to breath of love technique, where I love helping people go deep onto the subconscious to release the blocks and limiting beliefs from the deep subconscious level. Because then once they're released, it becomes easy. That's the word again. It becomes easy to just give yourself what's best for you. Let yourself receive abundance in life. Let yourself have honoring relationships. Let yourself have a purpose you love. Right now, I have a lot of focus on purpose and career that comes from one's soul.
Yes.
But for that, one needs to do a lot of deep inner work first.
Yes, I like what you're saying. And that's why I keep saying that. Let yourself. That really rings a bell, because oftentimes we're our own worst enemy. We're standing in our own way and not allowing things to flow, not allowing these things that are meant for us to flow to us, attracting what's meant for us. We're stopping it in the way that we think, the way that we talk, the way, and it's amazing that you're here and people like you are here to help people navigate through that and release those things. And also, I'm sure you know now that you had to go through a lot of that stuff so that you could really get an intimate grasp on these things and really help people and really be sensitive to those people that are going through that now. That was part of your journey to go through these things. Exactly. And part of your journey was to get to a point where you was burning yourself out. So now you can help other people to avoid that. Or if they are doing it, you can help them get out of that. And that's the beauty of adversities that we go through. That if we look at them right as teaching moments, we can become, teachers and guides for other people that may be encountering or about to encounter the same thing.
I believe the same thing. I believe that we teach what we have learned the most, or what we have experienced the most. That's what has shaped us. That's what has shaped me to make me now so perfect for helping people who want to step into their greater purpose, step into their power, create a thriving life, and do it with ease. So it's like, I know the journey.
That has a ring to it. Do it with ease.
Do it with ease.
Because it always, like you said, it always sounds easier than it is to do. But if you can have someone such as yourself to actually make the process, make the work, give direction and guidance to help it flow with ease, that makes it a lot better. It makes it people a lot more comfortable when they got somebody that they can kind of like lean on in when they're going through some unknown and they don't know why. And like you said, you dig into that subconscious mind. And the little bit I know about that, I already know. Once you said that, yes, she knows.
Yeah.
Because the subconscious mind controls things that we just, it records and then it shows back up and we got to get into it and get it out.
Exactly. I love working with subconscious mind, and I also often work on a nervous system level, and they're of course interconnected, subconscious and the nervous system. But how do we release the most ingrained habits? Right. That's what I'm most interested in, because I work with a lot of people who have done a lot of inner work already. They have done psychotherapy and meditating and yoga and Reiki and other modalities, and they still feel stuck on a deep level. Like they already know what they need to do. They know that they need to set better boundaries. They know that they need to step into their purpose and let go of the job they hate. Like they know so many things, but they don't know how to do it. They don't have the courage or power to actually do it. Right. And that's where it comes to rewiring on a deep level, those underlying limitations that run people's lives, and how to let go of them for a person's real clarity, courage, and power to flow through them.
Amazing. I like the way that you put those words together. it makes me sitting here want to know more. And I'm sure that the viewers here are feeling the same way. That's amazing. So
one thing I could do, actually, I could lead you through a little bit of a practice right now.
Yes, sure. Let's do that.
Because I'm all about experience. Before I share the practice, I want to say that I'm very passionate about embodiment, which means how can we experience our clarity? How can we feel our courage? How can we like radiate our power instead of thinking about it? Like it has to be a feeling. Like if I want to have courage to speak from a stage, if my purpose is to speak to 1,000 people from the stage, I gotta feel the courage. I cannot just think about it, right? I gotta
Otherwise
feel
it won't work.
So embodiment for me is that it's like our ability to embody who we really are and embody our purpose and embody also our capacity to receive, receive ease, receive kindness, receive money, receive resources.
Yes.
So the practice I want to take you through in a few minutes is about embodiment. How can we feel and embody our connection to who we really are?
Okay, exciting. Let's do it.
Yeah. I want to share one little story to illustrate the point even more, to motivate you to do the practice even more fully, to understand the power of it. Okay. I had a client who came to me who wanted to create a business as a nutritionist. She was very much loving nutrition and wanted to help people with that. That was her higher calling. That was her purpose. But whatever she did, she never had any clients. She invested tens and thousands of dollars in business coaches, in website and flyers. She had 0 clients for a year. And she's like, how is it even possible? There must be something inside of me.
That's discouraging. Yes, that could be very discouraging.
So she came to me, she said, Julia, I think it's something inside of me where I'm sabotaging my success. Like, I don't understand. I have done all the work. I have had a therapist for over a year. I'm still having no clients. And when we started working in our sessions together, we got to the place of her subconscious where she realized that she was really terrified of failure. And that was interesting because on a conscious level, she said, I'm fine. If I fail, I'm fine. All is well. On a conscious mind, she thought she was confident person. But on a deeper level, there was a place that was scared of failure and scared of judgment. What if somebody judges her for her gifts?
You found that for her.
Yeah, we found it together with her. And when we found it, we were able to work with it and fully release it. And the most interesting thing that happened, within a week from that session, all of a sudden, 2 people, not related, 2 random people emailed her, said they wanted to work with her. And for her, it was a miracle. Like, oh my God, I didn't do anything different in my business. I didn't put out a new flyer. I didn't put out a new post on social media. How did these people come to me now?
Right.
So that's the power of our subconscious.
That's amazing. And I'm sure that momentum from those 2 people helped to put her even in a higher vibration, as she attracted even more.
Yeah, it was just the beginning, and more people started coming more and more. Now she's really loving what she does, successful, and it's just incredible what happens when we shift our subconscious. So this is a little bit of an inspiration for the practice to go in.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's do it.
Okay,
so of course, it's just a short little sample.
Sample. You don't want to give all your secrets away, but a short sample, that's fine.
Yes. Okay. So let's take a moment just to close our eyes and relax. And in the relaxation, there is a slowing down, which is shifting actually our brain waves. So we just talk, and we were having fun and laughed. But as we relax, we need to go into different dimension inside, and it actually shifts our brain wave where we slow down, move towards rest. So we got to be willing to shift in that direction. This shift in itself, for many, many people, is miraculous because they don't know how to get out of their head. So just even learning to let go of the thinking mind and the continuous chatter can bring them to the power and wisdom that lies deeper within. And right now, we're just relaxing. We can also bring our attention to the belly. Notice how the inhale expands the belly. Maybe take a couple of deeper breaths so you can really feel the fullness of your abdomen as it expands during the inhale. And also feel your feet for a moment. And that simply means bringing your attention to your feet. So you have a choice where your attention goes. This is another very powerful tool. I teach my clients how to choose where your attention goes instead of attention being hijacked by old limiting tendencies all the time. You can actually be free to choose where your attention goes. So feeling your feet. Maybe gently pressing into the floor with your feet so you can really feel the nuances of every sensation in the soles of your feet. Yeah. Great. So here we are now going to find one place in the body that's most relaxed right now. Maybe it's abdomen. Maybe it's your feet. Maybe it's your chest. A place that seems most spacious right now. And start bringing in a deeper, fuller inhale right into that place of spaciousness. Just encourage yourself to take deeper inhales than you're used to. And focus on the inhale, deep inhale that fills you up. Exhale can pop out on its own accord. Let it just snap loose. It will happen on its own. There's nothing you have to do about it. You're focusing on that long, powerful inhale. Nice, and we'll stay with it for 2 minutes. Breath is life. Breath is your connection to your spirit. Breath is your connection to pure consciousness. So the deeper you breathe, the more of it you receive, and the more of it can flow through your whole body and being. And there is incredible intelligence and healing power that's in this consciousness that flows through us as we breathe in fully. Great. And in this breath, it also is an invitation for you to go outside your comfort zone. Let your breath become deeper, even more fuller. Realizing that outside your comfort zone, new possibilities lie. A new version of you is awaiting you right outside your comfort zone, but you gotta let yourself go there first. So take 7 deeper breaths, 7 last breaths before we complete this practice. Count your own breath at your own pace. Welcome every new sensation or tingling that's arising as you breathe in. Welcome the dizziness, if that's what happens. Breathe it all in. Welcome this brand new life that's opening up in you. Breathe it all in. And after the 7th deepest breath, keep your eyes closed just for another minute and let yourself feel. There must be some tingling. Something has become alive in you. If you were breathing deeply, something has opened up in a new way. So now the question is, can you be still and let yourself feel this new aliveness coursing through you? Can you say yes to the new possibility that wants to be born in you? And it requires feeling some new sensations you maybe haven't felt before. Can you say yes to the new? And before we open our eyes, take another minute here to notice what feels good, what is different inside of you, and what feels in some way good or enjoyable or relaxed or something you appreciate right now inside of you. Something that's different from 5 minutes ago. So that's going to be my question to you. What do you feel, Lut, in this moment? What has shifted?
You want me to answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I just feel more serene right now, like as if I'm floating in space, and just my arms feel more relaxed, less tension in my shoulders, tingling in my feet a little bit because I was focusing on them.
Serenity, more relaxation,
Yes,
letting go in the
a
shoulders.
planet floating
Floating.
in
What
space,
feels
in orbit.
what feels good about this floating? How is it beneficial for your life?
Just feels light, and it feels like I'm in the moment, like
Yeah.
I'm releasing all I'm thinking about this here. You're listening to your voice, listening to my breath, and I think it's good because I'm not thinking about anything that can cause me any type of angry feelings or worried or anything.
Good.
Just
I love that.
presence right now,
Beautiful. Thank you.
like as if this is all that exists right now, is right here. Just breathing is the whole this means everything right now.
Wow. A part of me just wants to stay in silence with you for the next 30 minutes, but we have
I
people
think if we
listening to
weren't
us.
doing this show, we could. I think if we weren't doing this show, we could.
Yeah. And
I
we
actually
should.
could,
Yeah.
because I would
And
be listening to you breathe, really, and me.
yeah. Well, feel free to open your eyes whenever you want to. I want to say
Okay.
something that happened here is that I do work with breath, but in breath of love modality, breath is actually only 5% of what happens, because a big part of what happens in these healing sessions is that I help the person open up to the next higher version of themselves.
Right.
And a lot of it has to do with them being able to say yes to this more expansive, more powerful, more bright, more serene
Right.
version of them. And so a lot of work is not just about breath, but how can I help them to fully open and receive the power of the true being, the clear purpose that wants to come with it, that wants to be expressed from it,
Right.
the ability to receive at the same time so they can thrive. How can that be felt and embodied So a lot of work is actually beyond the breath, but breath like opens the doorway, and my job is mainly helping the person step through the doorway. And a lot of people resist and struggle. They don't want to step into their new you because it's unfamiliar and it's new.
Right. And
they would
everything.
rather stay in their familiar suffering.
Right. Yes. And you know what? I don't want to say most people do, because I don't know most people, but from my perspective and experiences, and including myself at one point, yes, people are quite comfortable in what they know, whether it's unhealthy, toxic, whatever. At least they know. And I also found that people get addicted to the whatever feelings or chemicals that their body releases from them being angry or arguing or worrying or whatever they are, and they don't want to leave that.
That's correct. I call it adrenaline and cortisol addiction. It's a real addiction. So it takes time. It's like with an addict. I mean, it might be a harsh way to say
drug addict. Yes, basically that's what it is.
Yeah, addicted to cortisol, which is the stress hormone. And that's why when people come to me, I don't work just in 1 or 2 sessions. I take them through long 3 or 6 or 1 year long experiences to completely rewire the whole system. So now, if they're addicted to anything, they're addicted to peace or to serenity or the sense of the power that comes without stress or living their purpose with ease. And that's not even an addiction. It's more of a relaxation into who they really are, who they're really meant
that's
to
the
be.
state we're supposed to be in. Right.
Yes.
Right.
And it is a process. Yeah. I mean, I offer very profound experiences that are also short, that can shift a lot. I have actually one coming up on February 4th. That's something I was going to mention too.
Yes,
it's called Breakthrough Experience.
Let's talk about that a bit.
And Breakthrough Experience is like what you experience times 100.
Okay.
So it's really going deep into the subconscious nervous system level, releasing the addiction to struggle, addiction to stress, and helping our body, our whole being to become alive in an expansive way where people find the power, the courage, or clarity about what is the next step. Because very often when they let go of the mind and let go of the stress hormones, they land into the place of wisdom inside of them that knows exactly what's best for them. You can call it intuition, inner guidance that just comes along with this work. Yes. And incredible clarity arises about what's best for their life, what's the next step, what's the higher purpose, and what is needed for them to fully step into the fullest version of themselves. So Breakthrough Experience is a 3-hour version of this. And then often people want to continue going deeper to make sure that there's more and more healing that they get a chance to do, and to make sure they don't fall back into the old habits. That's part of the game, is how to not fall back into the old sense of self.
Their old default mechanism.
Right? But I love giving these short workshops because sometimes people don't even know what's possible. So this 3-hour workshop online, it's like an awakening. It's the awakening I had many years ago when I was in my first workshop called Spiritual Breathing. It's this awakening that helps people see what's actually possible for them, what they can feel in a new way, who they really are, what's possible in their life. And I find that's the most important thing for people to get first. And then they're effortlessly inspired to pursue it. Okay, what do I need to do to actually live it, bring it into my life? Take that first step first. Yeah. But first step is to even know the profound peace that you can emanate through the whole cell of your body. Even knowing that the pain that you might have in your body can be completely gone. Some people I've worked with, they have pain and they have completely lost hope. They're like, whatever, I just die with pain. This is how it is. I work with a lot of people who come from doctors, where doctors said, you just live on painkillers for the rest of your life, just accept it as your fate. No. And they come to me and their mind is blown that in one session, sometimes already, all pain is gone from the body. It just happened 2 months ago. Somebody came to the workshop with me, and in the first session, in the first breakthrough experience, she had no pain. And for her, it was such a eye-opening moment because she realized that all those doctors were not correct, that she could live without pain, and that opened up a whole new path forward. Well, and then of course she asked me, well, how do I sustain it? How do I maintain it? But the first important glimpse was to understand that it's even possible and that's available.
Right. Yeah, it's not impossible.
Yeah.
It is possible. And you have to open up your mind to those possibilities. And I think that's a start right there. You can't go into it saying with doubt and this is impossible. No, you could be a bit discouraged because you've been probably seeing all kinds of doctors, but no, that resonates with me because I've from my journey, I've witnessed that happen where doctors tell someone something and someone works on their mind and helps them, or their own mind. They find a way to, somehow themselves, and they're not, what the doctor said wasn't true. They're able to walk again or walk without pain or whatever. So
Exactly.
I understand what you're saying. Exactly.
And, deep gratitude for all the doctors. I don't want to say anything bad about any doctor because they help so many people and they only know what they know. And they don't know that much. I mean, they know a lot in the medical field. They know a lot in the medical field. But a lot of them don't know about subconscious, or they don't know about implicit
deal with it
memories.
Physically, but nothing consciously.
Or even nervous system or energy body, or how to release energy blocks. They don't necessarily know what else is available in those other realms. So for me, it brings me so much joy to open somebody's eyes to what's possible for them, how they can feel, how they can live their life, how they can feel empowered from within. So many people who come to me find power and courage to step into the greater purpose, let go of the job and pave a path forward for doing what they really want, And to know it's possible, it can be experienced. It just opens up a whole new trajectory. And then the person starts making choices to actually live that dream they have wanted to live for a long time.
Wow. Amazing, Julia. So this session that you have coming up, that's on February 4th.
It's already February 4th. Yeah, it's actually one of my very last online workshops I'm offering Friday evening, February 4th. Are you going to add link next to this video?
Yes, that's what I was going to tell you, that I'm going to add the link, any links you shared with me. I'll put it in the description of this video. And like I spoke with you prior to this segment, it will be up soon before that February 4th, which is tomorrow or no later than Saturday,
Great.
Which is the 29th. So it'll be up way before the 4th. So what I was going to say is while you're here, even though I'm going to put the links in the description, you can verbally tell us how can people find out about that and connect with it.
So the best thing is to click on the link. The link will be in breathoflove.org, and breathoflove.org is my website, and you can go also to the website.
breathoflove.org is your website.
Yes.
And the link to this coming up thing is in there.
Yes, and it will say breakthrough experience. You can click on the breakthrough experience. It will be there. Or you can click on the link that's right underneath this video.
Yes, because it'll be, go down after this video, everybody. Scroll down and click that link.
One thing I really believe in is soul alignment. When people are drawn to my work from a greater guidance than their mind. If you're listening to this, if you're watching this, there's a high likelihood it's because maybe this February 4th workshop is for you. So I just always encourage everyone to listen to the inner guidance, because in this work, it's so mystical and so powerful that the mind might not fully understand why the person wants to do it, but they're deeply, strongly pulled from within. I have so many clients who say, I don't know why I came to you, Julia, but I'm so glad I followed your inner guidance. And now I can live my dream and my purpose, and my body has healed. But often this first pull is pretty mysterious. So it's about trusting it.
Right. Wow. Amazing. Thank you very much, Julia, for sharing your amazing gifts and talents and passions and perspectives and ideas, and just healing the world. You're doing your part and just enhancing the lives of humanity and elevating the energy of the world. I just appreciate you and those like you. Thank you very much. And yes, everybody click that link. So yes, and connect with Julia.
So good being with you.
Yes, thank you. And I like that statue, by the way, in the back. I have a few statues that
My
look
little
like that
Buddha.
here in my house. Yeah, I have a few of
Yeah.
those in my house too. I have a huge one that sits in a window in my living room. Yes. And
Nice.
he's like has his hands like that. But yeah,
Blessing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, beautiful. Before we conclude this segment, are there any just last final ideas or anything you would like to say before we leave?
Sure. Let's see what comes through. You know, actually, the words that come through is to everyone who is watching this, please know that what you want in your life wants you.
Wow.
Like whatever is your dream or your purpose or your longing or your deepest calling, it also wants you. Just something to sit with and let yourself move towards it because it's possible.
Wow. I feel like you're just talking to me. Yes, amazing. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I appreciate you all. Like I said to Julia earlier, and I'm going to say it right now to everybody, may prosperity, health, and wealth, and love, and peace, and harmony circulate through all areas of your life, of your experience, everywhere, continuously, ceaselessly. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enlighten, empowered, evolve. See you soon.
So good.